Welcome to the first annual Spotlight Project Christmas Special. Tonight, in the Spotlight with Demetrius Arnold. A visit from magician Jeff Martin. A sing-along with the Brownie Christmas Choir. A blast from the past with Catskill comedian Emil Green. Along with musical guests Scott Hitchings, Keith Daly, and Benny Olson. Now, please welcome your host, the multi-talented Becky Chamberlain.
Good evening. I want to welcome you all to the first annual Spotlight Project Christmas Special. I know it's early, but we wanted to give each and every one of you a special gift to unwrap for the holidays. Tonight, we have some of our best friends stopping by to help spread some holiday cheer. To start things off, it's Brownie Troop 20468 here to wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
That was wonderful. I want to thank Jamie Keys and all of the girls from Troop 20468 for being on our first annual Christmas special. Our next guest will take you back in time to the Catskill Mountains, to a time when comedy was king.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the man that time forgot, Catskill comedian Emil Green.
It's good to be here in Oakburg. For my first song, I'd like to do a classic that I'm sure you're all going to recognize. That should keep all you people with OCD paying attention. You know, I'm going to take you back to a simpler place and time. Let me lead you into this here. If you know the words, whistle along. You know, most people, thank you very much. Most people don't know that song actually had words. It was called The Fishing Hole. Speaking of fishing, a buddy and me went out fishing here a couple of weeks ago. We were out on the lake, we were catching fish after fish. I said, we got to remember this spot. My buddy said, why don't we paint a big red X in the bottom of the boat? I said, that's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. How do you know we're going to rent the same boat next time? Did you hear the one about the one-armed fisherman? He caught one this big. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted. And someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why should I let myself worry? Wondering, what in the world did I do? I'm crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. Oh, I'm crazy for crying, I'm crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Thank you. You know that song was written by an up-and-coming young songwriter here. I think you're going to be hearing a lot about him, Willie Nelson. But I guess he's not that young anymore. You know who Willie Nelson was in his past life? Willie Nelson. Me, I got this plan, I'm going to live forever. So far, so good. Here's another song by Willie. On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. My great love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I might never see again. Oh, I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. My great love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road. I can't wait to get on the road. I can't wait to get on the road again. Thank you. You know, I have to say, after all these years of practicing this, I really play this thing much better than it sounds. You know the difference between a bass player and a large pizza? A large pizza can feed a family of 4. You know, the other day I was watching Oprah, and this psychologist was on there, and he was explaining how important it is to your self-esteem that you finish things that you started. Well, last night, I finished a pizza and a 6-pack, and I felt better about myself right away. All right, I'm going to take you back here to an old standard. They wouldn't have written this kind of song back if they had computers back then. I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write words oh so sweet, they're gonna knock me off my feet. Lots of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got them. Gonna smile and say I hope you're feeling better, and close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna smile and say I hope you're feeling better, and close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came, and make believe it came, and make believe it came from you. Thank you very much. You know, just before I came over here tonight, my wife told me, don't try to be too intellectual or too witty or charming. She'll be glad to know I followed her advice. Here's a song that goes back to the year that the stock market crashed. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, I'm happy sitting on a shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I know for certain, the one I love, I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, I don't go nowhere. what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. You gotta believe me, babe, I don't stay out late. I don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Thank you, thank you. You know, they say sincerity is the key to success. Once you can fake that, you got it made. You know, I'm going to do my encore now. I don't want to take any chances. Just because you think you're so pretty, just because you think you're so hot, just because you think you got something that nobody else has got. You made me spend all my money. You laughed and called me old Santa Claus. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm through with you, because, just because. You made me spend all my money. You left and called me old Santa Claus. I'm telling you, I'm through with you, because, just because, just because. Thank you. Thank you all. You've been a wonderful audience. I'm Emil Green. Good night.
It's Community Corner with Katrina Davis.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Community Corner with Katrina Davis. Today we have the pleasure of being here with Kate Smith and Rosie Jonaire, and they are a part of the Upper Willamette Peacemakers quilting group here in Oak Ridge. Thank you ladies so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. So, in front of us we have quilts that are currently being worked on.
We have one, the one that's on the frame we're working on. It's the members, and we hand quilt it. Usually quilts are a lot larger. They're usually queen size, but this is a smaller one. So as soon as this one comes off, another one will go on. And the rule is, if you want to have your quilt hand quilted, you have to work on someone else's quilt.
Oh.
So that's the price you pay to have your quilt hand quilted. It takes anywhere from what?
3 months to,
Just-
we've spent as much as a year on quilts, especially if they're like king size.
Yeah. Wow. So it takes everybody.
Right.
Yes.
And so some ladies can't hand quilt anymore because of arthritis. So we have a section over there where they'll sit there, go through magazines, work on their own projects. We just started a committee that is going to be doing quilts for nursing homes, people in wheelchairs. And these are a sample of what they look like. The baby quilts we have there, we're getting involved with the 30 by 90 group where they're putting baby things together to get to newborn moms, so we're doing quilts for them. We keep track of how many quilts
Yes.
we made, and then we bring it down to Paramount in Eugene, and then they distribute them to where they need to go.
Rosie, can you tell me about the different types of quilting?
Are you talking about hand quilting?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
We do obviously we do hand quilting, but you can do machine quilting, long arm quilting. There's different methods and there's either where the old fashioned one was when you tied them.
Okay.
So we've done that, and but yeah, those are the basic ways. Now the old ways of doing it was different. When they used to put it on a frame similar, a solid frame, and they'd have it up higher in the room, and then have it pulleys, and they'd lower it, and all the women would sit around and quilt on it. And some of the ways they used to quilt is they didn't have batting per se as we do. They would take clumps of wool or cotton, and they would scallop around it. They would sew across the next one. That's the way my ancestors did it.
Wow.
I'm from the mountains, so.
Okay. Yeah.
But they did it that way. So it was a different look.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they would use old blankets that they would, because I've even done that, where you take, say, an old army wool blanket and you use it as batting.
Okay.
A lot of the quilts historically will tell you a story. And I'm sure everyone's probably heard about the Civil War quilts. So the Underground Railroad, they used the quilts to give directions. So that people that come through would know, oh, you go this way to that place to get out. So a lot of the history is very interesting. Some of the quilters are getting into the more artsy quilts. We're more of the old traditional kind of quilting. But it's interesting.
Yeah, and quite the
It's-
labor of love.
Oh, it is just fascinating the way they're done.
Can you guys tell us about this quilt? There's some special meaning with it, right?
Yes. The gentleman that usually sits out in the other room, his mother was part of the original group. And they put this together, and as you can see, there's names. We thought it'd be very fun that people come in, visit, and look and stuff. They'd say, oh, I know her, I knew them, my mother knew. And
Yeah, yeah.
it's a good conversational piece.
They're perfect. Yeah, it is.
That's what we make our quilts for, is to be used and enjoyed, not stuck away somewhere and hidden.
Yeah.
I mean, I use all my quilts. They're on my beds, and so does my family.
So other than quilting, ladies, what else do you enjoy doing with your time?
Well,
Besides sewing,
that's about it.
That's about it, yeah?
Yeah.
well, we do gardening.
Yeah.
Some of us crochet. Some do embroidery work. They have a lot of different crafts that they do.
We just got a new member. She's doing traveling, and she's working on a grandmother's garden she's doing by hand.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And so,
Yes.
And that's the type of quilt?
yeah.
Okay. And of course, there's some of the quilters are interested in sports things like, say, skiing, hiking, biking, all that kind of stuff. So we're not just sitting around looking out a window.
No, no.
And our members are anywhere from 50 something to 95.
Yeah, we're,
And they're all active.
Yes.
yeah,
That's
they're all
great.
active,
That
so.
is- I love it. I love it. Is there a certain time of the week or the month that you guys get together?
We meet every Tuesday and Thursday
Okay.
here in the quilt room between the hours of 10 and noon.
10 and noon. And the address here is?
I don't know what. the
It's
address
right
is.
next to the museum.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
That's
are.
the best way to
we-
describe it.
Right, we are attached to the museum.
Great.
And we're all members of the museum.
Well, thank you again for all of your hard work and beautiful work. And I hope that you guys can quilt until you can't quilt anymore. That's the goal. Right?
We will, yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all again for joining us with Community Corner, and we will see you next time.
Our next performer has appeared many times here. He's an actor, director, and an accomplished singer. Please welcome to our stage, Demetrius Arnold.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Oh, Mary, did you know? The blind will see, and the deaf will hear, and the dead will live again, and the lame will leap, and the dumb will speak the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? And this sleeping child you're holding is the great I
It's that time of year when many of us are bundling up and heading into the mountains to enjoy the freshly fallen snow. Here's our new correspondent, Whoops McGee, with some wintertime tips to make the most out of your alpine adventures.
Whoops here, just out in the Waldo Wilderness area at the Upper Maryland Lakes. And you think cross-country skiing's rad?
I do.
Yeah. Check out the rads that are coming from that ball right there, that yellow ball in the sky. Yeah, they're a good double rad, maybe triple rad, quadruple rad, well, whatever. Just want to give you a quick reminder when you're out in the snow this winter and springtime, make sure to lather up in that sunscreen, because right now my rhinarium would be getting hammered in my ears and cheeks and stuff like that. Probably should cover up a little bit better, but I got sunscreen on. 30 block. I don't know. Is it go like, I think it goes the lower the block, the more it covers, or is it less block, the more it covers? I forgot.
That's the same.
Like 30 block, 40 block, 50 block, what is that? That's like less, right?
Urban legend says that the higher the number, the longer you can keep it on.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
a legend. I haven't verified it, but
More defense.
I grew up in Michigan with a lot of sun, went through a lot of sunscreen.
Yep, I grew up in Wisconsin, a lot of sun, sunscreen. I didn't know that, Carrie. Wow, that's interesting. We're learning about each other.
Rad.
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 Rad. Diamond Peak Wilderness area. And I'm trying to take in a view here. Kind of got turns perpendicular with the trail. So I'm also pointing downhill. You might be asking yourself, well, how are you gonna figure this one out, buddy? Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a thing called a kick turn.
What's that?
Well, a kick turn is basically where you pivot on one ski and then you really quickly hit the other ski around as well. So then that way you can go the direction you want to go. So you pivot the ski the direction you want to go.
Okay.
Kind of like a ballerina. I'm very graceful. So I pivot like that. And then I pivot the other way.
Very.
I'm off on my
Woo!
way. All right, welcome back, everybody. Just wanted to show you a different type of kick turn. I did the perpendicular to the trail kick turn, and we succeeded with that. Now I'm going to show you the 180-degree kick turn. So let's say you find yourself pointing the wrong direction altogether on a trail, the opposite direction. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Fall down in the snow and cry like a baby? No, no, no. What you're going to do is you're going to do a 180-degree kick turn. This is going to be a pirouette of sorts, a very practiced thing. Might take a few times. Who knows? I might not be able to pull it off that well. I don't know. But all right, well, here it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the ski. Go move my pole, go all the way around until I feel that pull in my groin area there. I can't go any further. Okay, I'm good. Now, I'm using my other ski to kind of brace myself. One thing I failed to mention last time, so I'm mentioning it this time. So this is the part where you really have to, it's a commitment piece. It's mostly, it's a piece where a lot of people fall apart, you know? It's the commitment. So I gotta commit to that turn, and I'm committed, and I'm on my way. Woo!
Demetrius Arnold. But I want to start with talking about how you came into performing. So you grew up in Oregon?
Yes.
In Albany?
I actually was born in Springfield. I was raised here
Oh, Springfield. Okay.
all my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you start performing? At what age?
Probably ever since I could pick up anything, you know, like 6 months old, I was drawing. We had a house over in West 2nd Street. Had a nice big backyard. It's actually where Chelsea lives now.
Oh, okay.
That backyard was my kingdom, me and my brother. It's like no girls allowed kind of thing. It's a brother thing. And we'd perform, you know, we'd role play. We'd be our own superhero. Me being a little brother, I was always a sidekick. But we always created our own characters, and we went from there, memorizing movies like Shrek. And so we just did it out of love.
So when was the first time you were on stage performing?
I played Judas at the Methodist Church when I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. And fell in love ever since.
All right. And so you've gone on, you've starred in several plays.
Mm-hmm.
We did, I think, your first play together with the Zero Clearance Theater, The Orphans.
The one you directed, yep.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And then you went on to play the lead in Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. And what have you been doing since then? What have you done since then?
Well, I'm trying to bring back, because I was directing a play when COVID hit.
Oh, that's
A Bad
right.
Year for Tomatoes, and I want
That's
to
right.
bring that back, hopefully for the Tree Planting Festival.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be a really good time.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what do you think your favorite thing is about being on stage, performing? What is it that fuels you to do that?
Oh, the audience.
The audience.
It's got to be the audience and the love for it. You know, I love the response and the energy.
Yeah.
Always have, you know.
Yeah.
Theater family is a close second.
It is a really good time. So you're also a musician. You are a singer. Tonight you performed. That was lovely. What kinds of music, what do you like to do when you're singing? What's your favorite thing?
Well, my favorite thing is really like just getting transported into music. Pretty much anything that I can. I grew up singing anything.
Okay.
So it's like my sister found out that I sounded like Justin Timberlake when I was younger, so she'd bring her friends over, sing for us, sing for us.
Oh, that's
and I've
great.
always loved it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's my favorite part. Is performing for others.
Yeah. Do you sing a lot in the community? Is there somewhere where people could go to see you perform?
Yeah,
Not at the
karaoke.
moment?
I love doing karaoke.
Yeah?
Probably. I know they brought it back, so I'll probably be going up to the Moose Lodge more often. I used to KJ with Lauren for
Yes,
many
I
years.
remember that. That was
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, if they bring it back, maybe they'll acquire some more members.
Yeah,
coming out
yeah,
to see you.
definitely.
Well, it has been awesome to have you on the show tonight, Demetrius. I look forward to a Bad Year for Tomatoes.
Yes.
Yes, because I think that would be a delightful play to produce,
It
and
is
I can't wait
drop
to
dead
see.
hilarious.
Can't wait to see you do it. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience before we go?
Thank you all very much for supporting us and coming out. Thanks for the clap. You guys are awesome. It's getting bigger and bigger, and people are loving this Spotlight project, and
They are. It's a lot
really
of fun.
awesome.
Thank you, Demetrius.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate you being here. So now we have our director, Lauren Christopher Michaels. He's going to share a memory from his own Christmas past.
Hi, I'm Lauren Michaels. I hope this finds you in the spirit of this season. These days, more than any other, it seems we're in need of family and comfort. I wish for you all the kind of love that I have found throughout my life. I have found friendship and caring in some of the most unlikely of places. I'd like to share with you now the very first time I truly understood the meaning of this time of year. I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and it was very close to Christmas Eve. My parents had gone inside the market and had allowed me to stay up front and play on the storefront horse. It was back in a time when it was safe for a child to play while their parents shopped. My mother had given me a handful of dimes and a bag of peanuts to eat while I rode deep into the Wild West upon my trusty steed. As I sat there going up and down on the horse and eating my peanuts, I noticed a little old man standing close by. He looked my way and smiled, and it was a very gentle smile. I smiled back. His clothes were tattered and he wore a coat that had a tear along one side. I went on eating my peanuts, and then I noticed that the little man was looking at them with a longing that I myself would not totally understand until I was much older. It was hunger, but it was hunger masked by pride. Without a thought, I reached out to share my peanuts with him. He cupped his hands together and I poured them into it. He ate them so fast, being sure not to drop even a grain of salt. I watched as he ate, and then I gave him the rest of the bag. He took them and gave me a look I will always remember. It was one of genuine gratitude. I'll always remember hearing the tinny Christmas music playing on the speakers outside the market, and this man looking at me as if I had given him a bag of gold. It was at that time I felt real love for a fellow human being, for no other reason than that we had shared a gift. From me to him, a simple bag of peanuts from a child. From him to me, the understanding of Christmas. I remember he smiled once more and walked away. As I looked out the back window of the car as my father drove away, I caught a glimpse of the old man. I wanted so bad to take him home, to have him share Christmas with us. I cried because I truly felt I had left behind something more than just a hungry man. I had left behind the person that had taught me the true meaning of what Christmas is, sharing. and I will never forget that night. And I hope you won't either. Merry Christmas.
Along with our musical guests, Scott Hitchings, Keith Daly, and Benny Olson, the entire cast and crew have joined us on the stage to celebrate our final show for this season. Right now, let's get our Brownie Choir seated for their Christmas surprise. Here once again is magician Jeff Martin.
Ancient
Merry Christmas, everyone.
We want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to another broadcast of the Spotlight Project Presents, giving local talent a place to shine. On our next broadcast, it's Oak Ridge City Lights, with musical guests Tim and Pam Wright, along with a new play, Cribbage and Tips, written by Ben Olson and Lauren Christopher Michaels, starring David Erickson, Ross Spencer, and Holly Olson. Join us for another live broadcast of The Spotlight Project Presents, Sunday, January 16th at 7 p.m. I'm your announcer, Dave Jenkins. This has been a Spotlight Project production.